So we're gonna go over two specific apps, which are Amazon Fresh and Instacart, which are two well-known grocery shopping applications that people use to get their groceries delivered to their household. And before I even discuss a little bit about Amazon Fresh and Instacart, right? The reason why we are doing this in presentation is because these are two apps that can definitely make your life a bit easier, especially if you live in the tri-state area. Sometimes it's raining, it's snowing, and these two applications, right? You'll get your delivery straight to your house. Let's say you're frail and you're not able to carry your groceries, right? These two applications will also help you in that form, right? Or in cases like when the COVID was really bad in 2020 and 2021, people would use these applications so they didn't have to go and shop in the actual supermarkets and probably get sick. Instead, they were able to order their groceries online and have it delivered to their households. So that is why we're going to discuss these two great apps that hopefully you will use in the future. I have used both of these applications, so I know about them, and you can ask me questions about them during the presentation. These two apps work on both a computer and your smartphones, and even a tablet or an iPad. So you can use any smart device to access these websites or applications and order groceries. So if you have a computer, right, it would be instacart.com or Amazon Fresh. However, if you want an app, you download the Instacart app or download the Amazon app. And if you look here on the screen, on the left-hand side of the screen with the caret, that's the Instacart symbol. And on the right-hand side is the Amazon Prime application or Amazon app. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Amazon Fresh and the pros. We're going to have a slide for the pros and the cons. And at the ending of the presentation, we are actually going to visit the website, and then you guys could ask me questions about the website or app as well. So a very good pro with Amazon Fresh is their fast service. If you are familiar with Amazon and you shop at Amazon, you may have noticed that your packages get to your household very fast. And the same thing applies with your groceries. With Amazon Fresh, there are options to have 1 hour to 2 hour delivery windows, especially if you live in the Bronx area, 10463, if that's your zip code. They do have that capability where you can order your groceries and in about an hour or two, it will get delivered to your house. However, with Amazon Fresh, you can decide when your groceries get delivered. So if you want it tomorrow, you could pick tomorrow and then pick the window of when it should arrive. And we'll look at that at the ending of the presentation. But you get to choose when it gets delivered to your house. It's also really great to use if you are already an Amazon Prime member, because Amazon Prime members do get discounts. So if you're already paying that Amazon Prime subscription, you should definitely go ahead and start using Amazon Fresh, because you do get 10% off items, you get coupons, discounts, and you also get free delivery fee if your order is over $100. So those are some of the pros if you're already a Prime member. Let's say you're ordering things that need to be in the freezer, like meat, fish, and so on. They do package your items with insulated in the package. So let's say your package is coming at a window, but you won't be home at that time to put it in the freezer right away, that's okay because it'll come nice and with the ice packs around the meat. And also with Amazon Fresh, there's more than just grocery items. You can buy toilet paper on there, toothpaste, toothbrushes, different like house care items, dog food, cat food, and so on. Does anybody have any questions on what I just said?
Does the discount for Amazon Prime members get applied automatically?
So when we look at the Amazon website, you're going to see that certain items are going to have that 10% discount, but not every single item is going to have it. So those are the pros, but obviously I am going to talk about, some disadvantages with Amazon Fresh. Same thing with Instacart. We'll do pros and cons. So some of the cons with Amazon Fresh is limited delivery range. I don't really think this applies to anyone here that's in the Zoom meeting unless you live in another state from New York or New Jersey. If you do, then you might have some limited delivery range. But Amazon Fresh does deliver to, if you live in New Jersey, New York, the Bronx zip codes, they do deliver there. This is more applied to other states, probably in the West and the South and so on, because they don't maybe have those Amazon warehouses, but I don't think anyone here today lives there. But if so, we could always check your zip code to see if there's an Amazon Fresh availability. Another thing, right? Amazon Fresh can get a bit expensive if you're not an Amazon Prime member, right? So you're not just paying for the items, your grocery items, you're also paying for that delivery fee. So when you're not a Prime member, I kind of put on the screen the different prices that they add on top of your order. So if you're getting groceries that are under $50, they're going to add $9.95. If your order's from 50 to 100, $6.95. And if it's 100 to 150, $3.95. I think someone said, Dawn said, Amazon is not available in your zip code. So, right. That's why it could be a con because it has limited delivery range. So probably, Dawn, what would work for you is Instacart, which I will talk about in the next few slides. Any questions on Amazon Fresh, this part here? Yes, Vivian.
How much is Amazon Prime?
Let me get you the exact number. It's now $14.99, so $15
A month.
a month. It's a month. That's a monthly fee. Yes. So with your Amazon Prime membership, you not only get, that free delivery fee over $100, that 10% on items, but you also get other things like the music, the videos for streaming, and so on. So that's what that monthly price includes.
So these prices are for people not on Prime.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you're not a Prime member, you are going to have a delivery fee on your orders. And this is like the tier. However, if your groceries are over 150, you will have it for free. Someone said, is there a discount for people that receive food stamps? I do know that Instacart allows EBT cards and OTC cards. I'm not too sure if Amazon Prime allows EBT.
They do.
They
They
do?
do it for certain items that it says like OTC or something, it says for each item. Oh, EBT, it says E EBT.
Right, I see it right here, yes.
Yep.
Amazon does allow you to add your SNAP EBT cards when shopping groceries. So both Instacart, which I'll go over soon, and Amazon Fresh includes you to add that EBT card at the ending so you can get that discount. Also, if you are an Amazon, if you want to become an Amazon Prime member and you have a EBT card, you can also get a discount on your Amazon Prime
Right.
membership, a 50% off. So instead of paying the $15, you get it for $6.99 a month. All right, so I'm gonna go on to the next slide. If anyone doesn't have any questions, we are going to look at Amazon itself, the website after the PowerPoint. And then, right, of course, like I said in the beginning, you can buy your groceries using the app, right? You download the app on the App Store, or the Google Play Store, just like how you download Zoom and all your other favorite apps. Or you can simply go on Google and type Amazon Fresh or in the Google search bar, and it'll be the first website. And I'll show you when I do it on my computer shortly. So now let's talk a little bit about Instacart. And Instacart is going to work very differently than Amazon Fresh, because Instacart is not their own brand like Amazon Fresh is, right? Instacart works by you choosing first the store that you want to get your groceries from. So whether that's Key Food, Stop and Shop, ShopRite, Costco, Aldi's, BJ's, you name it, they have all these different supermarkets on there. You have to choose where you want to get your groceries from. And with Instacart, right, it is a person like you or me who's going into the actual grocery store, the supermarket, and shopping for your items for you. So if you want to think of it like a taxi cab system, right? Or like Uber, if you ever used Uber or Lyft, right? You order your car and you wait for your car to come. That's kind of like how Instacart works. You order your groceries from someone, and there's someone out there in their car driving to the supermarket and getting your groceries for you and delivering it to your household. Whereas Amazon, right? They're not going to like an Amazon supermarket or anything like that. They're packing your groceries in their warehouse and then delivering it to your house in the Amazon truck. So it's a bit different. This is actually someone's car, and they put in your groceries in their car and taking it to your house. With Instacart, right? You will shop for your items, you pick your delivery time, just like with Amazon Fresh, and a local shopper will hand pick your items and bring them straight to your door.
Even if it's a lot of stuff, one person carries a lot, I guess so.
Yep. It's usually one person that gets your groceries, and usually they are doing multiple orders at a time. Kind of just like how if you used Uber Eats before, right? They're getting multiple people's orders and driving it, going to your house and so on. Hopefully though, there's carts for the people. They have carts already to put your groceries in. That's what I've seen before, what Instacart people do.
Are we gonna do Uber Eats at some time?
Yeah, I do want to do Uber Eats, an Uber
Good.
Eats class in the future.
Okay, thank you.
So the person who is driving, is that person physically going into the store and picking out your stuff?
Yep.
Correct, yes.
And so the prices that you pay are the prices in the store, or are they different?
So with Instacart, which I'll explain with the fees and stuff, You pay for the regular items that are on Key Food or whatever store you decide to choose. And then you have to do the additional fees, which is the delivery fee and the service fee. Delivery fee is like the shopper's tip and things like that. And then the automatic service fee that Instacart puts on the orders. And that tip goes straight to your driver and shopper. They do both. They're driving to your house and they're also picking out your groceries.
Yeah.
They're your friend.
Yeah, in my experience with Food Town, the Instacart prices are higher than the prices on the store shelves.
Hmm.
But I don't know why that is with Food Town, but yeah.
Right. With Instacart, which we'll look at the ending of the presentation, we can look at the different prices. Usually you have a bunch of supermarkets to choose from. You could choose your favorite one, or let's say one of the supermarkets is having a sale that day, you could choose that one. I'm not too sure about whether or not the app raises the prices on purpose. That could be a marketing thing that they do where they raise the prices than the actual what the store has.
Yeah.
But I can't really, say for
Right.
sure if that's true.
Right. You'd have to check every day to know.
Right.
It's
Don said in the chat, is the 5% service fee per item or per order? It applies to your order at the ending, not for each item. So let me just briefly touch on the pros and cons. So with Instacart, what's great about this than Amazon Fresh is that same day delivery. Yes, Amazon Fresh can do a same day delivery for you, but in most cases, sometimes it is unavailable, especially if you decide to start shopping a bit later in the day. It may not have that same day delivery option for you anymore. However, with Instacart, you can decide to start shopping right now in an hour from now, and you can get your groceries still the day of. With Instacart, right, you can use your OTC network card or Snap EBT card. And at the ending, when you're buying your groceries, at the ending, you can put in your card number and it will discount the total price. Two other great things about Instacart. One is that they do have a senior customer service that you can actually speak to someone on the phone from Instacart if you're having an issue with your order. They picked out something wrong and things like that. You can talk to them. And I will have the number for you to write down in the next slide. And
amazing.
another great thing about Instacart is that you can order from warehouse clubs like Costco and BJ's without having a club membership.
That's great.
Whereas you can't do that in person. However, right, there are some cons with Instacart that I would just say from personal experience. Well, one, of course, right, the pricing is different. So let's say your Key Food and Stop and Shop and so on are not going to have the same exact prices for their items. They are going to have that service fee at the ending of your total amount. But I would say the number one con, in my experience, is this last bullet point here, which is you have to stay alert when your shopper is selecting and replacing your food items. So with Instacart, like I touched on, it is a person like you and me driving to that supermarket and shopping for the items that you put on your phone or computer. However, right, sometimes that shopper just can't find that item that you're looking for. it's maybe, they had a hard day and they just can't find it, or they're not familiar with that supermarket and they can't find that item, but sometimes they can't. So in many cases on the app, you can choose an alternative of your food item. You could, say if the shopper doesn't find this item, you can replace it with this one. You can choose that on the app. However, sometimes, the shoppers that are shopping for you, depending on who it is that you get that day, they may not look at your alternative. They may choose something that's completely different than your alternative. And that can cause problems because they're constantly will be either texting you or calling you about the food item that they need replaced.
Right.
And they'll ask, you to confirm, yes or no, is this the item that you want? Or maybe they take a picture of parsley and they're ask you, okay, is this it? And so and so. So that can be a bit annoying, I would say.
Yeah.
I have seen it firsthand experience. Like my mom gets frustrated when the shopper's constantly texting her about not finding an item in the supermarket. So it can become a bit stressful, especially if you're not tech savvy, because you have to stay alert on the phone when they're shopping for you. And I think Instacart created their senior customer service because they know that this can get a bit
Insane.
annoying with their customers. Therefore, you can contact the senior customer service and talk with them on the phone while the shopper is doing their business for you.
Yeah.
So that whole ordeal of, making sure that the shopper's getting your item right, that's really the biggest difference when you're shopping on somewhere like Amazon Fresh. Because Amazon Fresh, you don't have to worry about your shopper getting you the item. If it says it's online, you're getting it online. They're going to the warehouse and getting it for you. You don't have to worry about putting a replacement. You don't have to worry about someone texting you, hi, is this the correct item, and so on. So I would say that's kind of the biggest con with Instacart.
What happens when you receive something that you don't want?
When you receive something that you don't want or you didn't ask for, you will get a refund through Instacart. What you would do is either take a picture of it. In some cases, they'll ask you to take a picture of the item that wasn't on your receipt or what you didn't want, and you'll get a refund on the app. Or sometimes it just kind of list what you could just write a description and they'll give you a refund. Or third option, you can always call the senior customer service line and talk to someone on the phone, and they'll also give you a refund that way.
What do you do with the item that you didn't want?
You just keep it. They don't come back to your house to pick it up.
Right.
Any questions?
Yes. I would just add that I had a bag of oranges delivered by Instacart, and that had one orange that had a big soft spot and it was leaking all out. And then also in the same batch of groceries delivered, the yogurt didn't have the plastic lid. It just had the foil lid, which was already pierced. So I reported them as damaged. There's little boxes you can check off. How was your order? And so actually I want to tell you what I did first. I didn't want the shopper to get penalized for overlooking these problems. So I rated her 5 stars. Then I went back into the app and I selected the help tab. And then I reported that actually 2 of the items were damaged. And then I said, but I don't fault the shopper because she was shopping at a very busy time during dinner hour because I hadn't even ordered the groceries until 4 p.m. So I don't know if she's going to get dinged her record is going to get a little black check mark. I hope not. But anyway, I wanted credit for the yucky yogurt, and I got it. Instacart said they instantly credited my account for the price of the yogurt.
That's
Okay.
good. I want to ask a question.
Yes, Alicia.
I bought it Instacart, and then suddenly I saw on my money list, from the bank, that they were charging me a fee for working with them, and they didn't notify me of it. They just tacked it on. And that's when I stopped Instacart, because I didn't ask for that fee.
Well, what it sounds like is you could have possibly ordered by accident, maybe, I'm not too sure, because I can't see what it says on your bank statement, but there is a subscription fee with Instacart Plus
Right.
that you may have accidentally added that to your order, that you want to pay like a monthly subscription. That's what it sounds like to me, but I can't be
Right.
certain.
So what's the subscription for? I mean, what do you
So-
get at it?
Yeah, an Instacart, you could get an Instacart Plus. Instacart Plus is basically the equivalent of like an Amazon Prime membership. Instacart card means like you get your orders faster than the others. So instead of like a 2 hour, 1 hour window, they put you on top priority. And in 30 minutes, you'll get your groceries. There'll be someone immediately going to get that for you. You could get free delivery fee, so you wouldn't have to pay that fee at the ending. Lower service fee than that says that 5% non-waivable service fee, you'll get it lowered. And I think I'm looking here on my phone, you also get a streaming service added, Peacock, which is another, like a Netflix or Hulu. There's another streaming service called Peacock, and you also get that added with Instacart Plus.
And how much is it they're charging? Does it say how much they're?
Let me see. I can get that for you at the ending. It's not loading. Hold on, wait. It's $10 a month.
Mhm.
Okay, but what Leslie said in her experience about the oranges being, having a dent, and the yogurt not having the plastic piece, those are very, real scenarios that are going to happen with Instacart. There are cases in Instacart where, yes, let's say your shopper just did horrible, like everything went wrong. He picked out foods where they were spoiled, or like the expiration date was tomorrow. You can, take away the tip, or you can, penalize that account by directly talking to customer service and saying you had a very bad experience. Because we had one case where our shopper, like, she just got frustrated and threw all our groceries on the floor in the lobby downstairs. So like things like that, definitely you should report that to customer service, because we didn't really do anything. I think something happened with the doorman and they got upset, and then she threw our groceries all over the floor.
Right.
So like those are some real scenarios that can happen when you shop with Instacart. Doesn't mean that every single time it's gonna be bad. I've ordered from Instacart plenty of times, but there are gonna be once in a blue moon, something may happen where you do need to talk to customer service or do get that refund. But I would say, 85% of the time, it's okay.
Yeah. Sorry that happened.
So any other questions on Instacart? I am gonna show you the senior support. This is their support line that you can call when you do have concerns about your order. So basically what Leslie said, right? She used the app and she went on the help section and she got her refund that way. However, let's say, you know, you don't want to go through that whole process or taking a picture or writing a description of what happened, you can call this number and you could get the refund that way if you don't want to deal with going on the app. And that is the updated phone number, and that is when they are available to speak with you.
So, I know that you have to pay the fees and the stuff. Is there a price that you have to pay to participate in either Amazon or Instacart?
So no, there's no like fee for just starting to use the website. No, all the fees are going to be at the ending once you add everything in the cart. In the past, they just did this November 2023. Amazon Fresh was only for Amazon Prime members, but they just changed it where everyone can use Amazon Fresh. You don't have to be a Prime member. So there's no like additional fee for just using the websites.
Okay.
Oops, I can't get your comment. Leslie said in the chat, I would like to talk about tipping practices and also about working conditions. Okay, yes. Leslie, do you want to say something about the tipping? Hold on, you're muted, Leslie.
Of course, this is my opinion, but ever since the pandemic, I have a little bit more sympathy, a lot more sympathy. I hope I have for the working conditions for essential workers and gig workers. And so during the pandemic, when I myself became frail, and I'm still frail, I can't carry even one bag of groceries.
Mm.
So I always have to use these delivery services. So I just started tipping every time 15%. So it's kind of expensive, but I just appreciate that not only are they bringing my groceries to me, but they are actually picking them out, the Instacart workers, picking them out from the store shelf. And in the case of Stop and Shop, I tip the drivers less, $20 per like $200 order, because they're just driving the groceries. Somebody else has packed them in the warehouse. That was my thinking. But and also the guys who delivered the Stop and Shop groceries told me they're members of a union. So I thought, okay, good. At least there is that. But I kind of worry about these gig workers, and so that's why I try to rate them highly, even if there's a little problem, because it's kind of like the Uber drivers. You hear if they get a bad review, then they don't get any more rides assigned to them by Uber or available to them by Uber. So I just feel for them, but I just wondered how other people handle these concerns. I'm interested in your experience.
Well, I mean, definitely when we are using Instacart and Amazon Fresh, we do tip as well. I mean, only in one case have we ever took away the tip in that one case because of that scenario that happened. But in many cases, like you said, even when it's like dinner time or around Thanksgiving or the holidays and we need something quick, we even, give an additional, then not just 15%, but that 25% tip, because we know,
Yes.
they're out there working when there is a holiday happening and
Yes.
they're coming to our household. So it is always good to tip your shopper because they're driving and picking out your things. With Amazon Fresh, you are tipping them to deliver it to your house. You're tipping that driver, but the money doesn't go to the people in the warehouse that's picking out the groceries. That's another person that's doing that with Amazon Fresh. But it is always good to leave a tip, even if it's not high. Every tip counts. So let's just look at the two websites, Amazon Fresh and Instacart, before, we end this presentation. I am using a computer. Of course, it is going to look different on a phone or tablet, but it works the same way, okay? So first things first, with that person that asked the question about, do we need anything to start? Like, do we have to pay anything to go on these services? The only thing that you do need, though, is to create an account with these two. So like an email and a password, right? If you never used Amazon, if you never used Instacart, yes, you are going to have to sign up. Put your email and create a password with Instacart, create a password with Amazon. So I do have them open, but what I would do, right, I'm on Google, and I would just type Amazon Fresh. This is the first link right here, Amazon Fresh groceries. Another subject that I am going to touch on before we even look at Amazon Fresh is that Amazon also has Whole Foods.
Yeah, but that's expensive.
What was that, Alicia?
That's very expensive,
It is very expensive,
Yeah.
but just letting the people know. If you're a Whole Foods fan, you can use Amazon Prime to shop on Whole Foods as well. Okay, just letting everybody know that before. So I am going to type Amazon Fresh and go to Amazon Fresh Groceries. And with Amazon Fresh, or how it looks like on a computer, right, you can see right away it's showing me groceries. And if you used it before, it's probably going to give you deals and coupons if you're a Prime member. And if you used it before, it's probably going to give you a section that says buy it again, which means that you've ordered this product before, so they have your favorite products already saved for you. But if we look at the top, this, you could always change it at the ending. But if you look at the top, if I just zoom in for everybody, you can see here, it says delivery by tomorrow. So when I first started this class and opened up this website, it gave me the option to have it delivered tonight. But since now it's already a bit later, Amazon is saying, the next time is tomorrow. So that's a difference with Instacart, right? With Instacart, when we go on Instacart next, you're going to see that I'll be able to get my groceries today. But since Amazon Fresh works a bit differently and they're in the warehouse getting our groceries, it can't come today anymore. I waited too long. I would recommend, if you are going to use Amazon Fresh and you do want it the day of, you're going to have to start shopping at 7, at 8 o'clock. That's what we usually do if we want to get our groceries delivered the
Or in
day
the
of.
morning. In the morning.
Yes, in the morning, 7,
Yeah.
8 o'clock in the morning. Yes. If not, you can always shop in the nighttime, and then when you wake up, you can hit order. So then it could come that way too. You could beat the system that way. So just letting everybody know that. So I already missed the deadline for today. And as I just scroll down, we can start looking. It kind of is like a supermarket in a way, where at the top of each row, it is going to say kind of what that section is. If I put a little circle, you could kind of see that it gives me what it is and what are those products. Also, if we look at the top, I'm also going to color it in red so you can see it. You could also shop this way at the top. You could go to deals, recipes, food, beverages, household, personal care, health, baby, pets. You could do it that way too. So you could scroll down, or you can choose from the menu at the top. But let's just scroll down so you can see what's happening. Like I said in bold, each one is going to have a different section of something. Amazon Fresh includes things for your pets, so not just regular food. because the Super Bowl is coming up soon, they're gonna have a section for game day to get ready for that. Cold and flu, save 20% off. So I think someone said in the chat about like, how would we know about, the discounts and things like that? Well, right away in red, you can see it says like 30% off, 30% off, things like that. That's because I am an Amazon Prime member. If you're not an Amazon Prime member, you're not really going to have that 30% off coupon and all these different items on the screen here. That's just kind of the advantage when you do become a Prime member. And also, right, it's not just the, 6 items that you see here on the screen. You do have a little, I'll put a circle. You do have a little section where you can put see all. So it's not just these items here. If I click on see healthcare, it is going to open up to a brand new window of so many things of exactly, what are we looking for in that section. So it kind of breaks it down very well of how you can find your, items that you're looking for when you're shopping online. If you are looking for something very specific and you don't care for, how they organize their website, all the way at the top, when you would search for anything, there's a search bar at the top that I just put in red. You can just, type in there what you're looking for. So you could put apples. And then right away, it tells you, do you want the apple juice or you want regular apples and so on. So you don't have to use their little sections that they break out down to. You can search for it manually. And if we do look closely at each item, right, you can see it says SNAP EB, those products are eligible. So at the ending, when you put your card in and the number, it has it. Any questions so far from anyone? Making sure I could see everybody. I zoomed in too close.
Tabitha, do you prefer Instacart or Amazon Fresh?
Me personally, I like Amazon Fresh definitely more.
Okay.
Just because we are Amazon Prime members, so we are getting those discounts. I
Right.
do believe if we were, Instacart, I guess, members, we would have more advantages in using it all the time. And in my mom's opinion as well, she believes that Instacart is more expensive than Amazon Fresh. And I do think it's because we do have that Prime membership where not only, so when you do have an Amazon Prime membership and you're constantly using Amazon Prime, they kind of favor your account and give you those more deals and coupons. So I don't mean just always using Amazon Fresh. If you're always buying clothes on Amazon or miscellaneous things on Amazon, your account is getting pushed to get those coupons and deals and savings. And that's going to apply to all their other sections in Amazon. So I can say like my family, we're a very hefty Amazon Prime shopper. Like we even have credit cards with Amazon Prime. So all of that is giving us more points and deals when we're using this. So that's why, in my opinion, that's why I like it, because we use it for everything, right? We use Amazon all the time for all the different things that it offers. So in the long run, it works for us. For you, for the people here online, you have to see, well, am I going to become an Amazon Prime member where I'm using it for the groceries, for, buying things online, clothes and so on? Or am I just gonna need it so and so when it's raining outside or snowing outside and I just need it delivered that day? If that's you, sounds more like you, then you'll probably want to go with Instacart because it's like a 1 and a 2 time thing.
Mhm.
However, if you want to start, changing how you shop and you want to start on the online shopping, I say in the long run, probably Amazon Prime is going to last longer than Instacart and give you those more discounts and deals.
Mhm.
So this is Amazon Prime. Amazon Fresh, sorry. As you can see, right, everything, if you ever shopped online, it's kind of the same thing. You add it to the cart if you want it. So if you look on the left-hand side of the screen right now, we have some things already that we're shopping for, but the peppers are out of stock now, so we have to take that out. But if I put a red arrow all the way on the right-hand side, you can see. And because we're not $100 yet, we still have a delivery fee. But usually now, with the way groceries are, we kind of reach
I know.
$100 very easily.
Yeah, very quickly. True.
So
Amazing.
we usually don't ever get that delivery fee.
Mm.
Unless, if you need something right away, like a baking item or something, yeah. But I would say if you're just shopping for like 2 items, I don't think these 2 apps are going to be good for you. This is specifically for big orders, if you need to get something quick from the store, you could just, I would say if you can walk outside, if you're not frail and things like that, I would recommend then just going to your local supermarket. But if it's like 5, 10 items or more, yeah, definitely check out these apps. So before we end today, right, let's also just quickly look at Instacart. So as you can see right away with Instacart, we have all these different great stores we can choose from. And all the way on the top corner, right, is the address of the center. And you would put your address in. You put your address in for 2 reasons. Obviously, to get your groceries delivered and to know which grocery stores can actually deliver to your house. So with this address here, all of these stores can come and deliver to our house. And under each of these stores, there are times. The times indicate how fast they can get to your house. So Aldi's 45, Stop and Shop 25, ShopRite 30 minutes, Wegmans an hour, Costco an hour, and so on.
Is Costco just food, or you can get other things from Costco? Is it just food?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I mean, I could click on it so we can see what they have. Yeah, I think it's food too, because it says
Yeah.
fresh.
Household, bakery.
Yeah, Costco is also food.
But you could get other stuff.
You could get other stuff, exactly. If you ever, shopped in right Target, you could get food and then clothes too delivered at the same
Oh
time.
yeah, get clothes too. Cool.
Yeah, so Instacart is used the same way, like if you would shop in any of these stores. If Target has clothes in your regular Target, you could get clothes from there, plus groceries. You could get the toilet paper that you need, beauty products, and so on. You could order from Walmart. So Walmart has electronics as well. So if you need to get a brand new TV delivered to your house, you could do it that way.
Huh. Cool.
Okay, and someone said
And
that
if you want to return it, if you want to return the stuff like the Costco,
so with
Walmart.
Instacart, that's a good question. With Instacart, like things like that are not food items, right? Because you can't really return food items because they won't accept that. But in my case, like with Target, I did order like shampoo that I didn't really end up liking. You do have a time frame on actually going to the Target and taking it back.
Huh.
However, if you kind of miss that deadline, which is about, I think, after 5 days, you can't return it anymore, unfortunately, and you don't get the money back. So I kind of missed out on that. But that's only like for beauty products or like clothes. If something messes up with your groceries, right, you take a picture of it and let them know that it's expired or damaged and so on. Someone said in the chat to click on Aldi's so she could look at the prices. So here we go. This is Aldi's, and this is what the prices is depending on the pounds. If you want to go to, I guess, frozen section so you could see. These are the prices, if that helps.
Mhm. So this is slightly off topic, but has anybody had any experience ordering from Garden Gourmet? Do you just have to use they don't have an app. It appears that you only can use the browser to access their website to order online. Does anybody have?
Right. I have never used that. I mean, I go physically to Garden Gourmet, but
Yeah.
thank you for letting us know that they don't have an app. Yeah, that
And
could
they don't.
be difficult.
Yeah, they don't seem to be in the Instacart system either.
Right. And sometimes that is true for a lot of stores too, depending on where you live. Not everything is going to be on Instacart. And some things, you know, they just don't have apps for it yet, unfortunately.
Trader
Does anybody
Joe's.
have any final questions before we end the presentation?
And I know Costco doesn't take EBT online, only in person, just so you know. Like some
Oh,
stores
here
take
it
it.
says EBT.
Huh.
It says Costco EBT.
Oh, that's good because they told me no. But
Well,
maybe soon.
this is Instacart. They probably
Right.
need the official website. With Instacart, you can bypass that rule and use your cards for the order at the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Vivian, you have a question? Yes.
Yeah, can you order from several places at the same time?
You can order at the same time. You're just gonna have to do it's basically going to split it into two carts. But yes, you'll probably have two shoppers though, and I
Right.
probably wouldn't recommend doing that only because you're gonna be communicating with two people at the same
Right.
time. It could become very hectic. Trust me, the first having one shopper can be hectic as it is. But yes, you can do two at the two. You may need to like um do one and then start the other one right away.
So
I don't know if it's
you would
something. I'm gonna
you
add
would have
something
two
to one
service
card.
fees.
Right. I think I don't know. Maybe.
I'm gonna check for you. I'm gonna add something to Stop and Shop, and then I'm gonna go to another store
So
and
you
see.
would have two service fees or whatever.
Yes.
Let me just check for you. I want to see what it says. What just happened? Okay, do you see my screen?
Yeah.
You can see that it says Aldi, and then I have my other thing with Stop and Shop under. So you can do both. You just have to choose back and forth between them. And yes, you are gonna have separate service fees because it's not going to count together. So you're gonna have to tip the person in Aldi's and tip the person in Stop and Shop.
I also know with Instacart, they like sent me messages for months after, like, did you like it? You want, like they're a little nudgy as a
Oh
company.
yeah, I mean, kind of all marketing people do that, right? To They want you to
Yeah.
make sure you're still using their service.
Yeah, and
Okay.
keep